Yes, we've made it, ladies and gentlemen.
Let's go.
Thank God, our first real stage game here with our two players. It took a while to get it all set up, but now we are ready. Best of 3, and we are here in the lower bracket. It's elimination time. Now everything is on the line. Who can keep their nerves together better? Scars is somewhat familiar with this stage. He has, not this stage particularly, but playing on stages in general. How will Lemes be able to prove himself? I like that he's doing what we were all expecting. He's playing Pally rifles.
Of course.
Yeah, playing something out of nowhere right now would be weird. This is the strat he has practiced with. This is the strat he's familiar with. And he's going to try to show it to the best of his abilities. And of course, Scars knows what to expect.
I'm really curious what kind of strategy gonna Scars prepare, but I think he's prepared enough for this kind of strategy because he knows Lemes and he knows who is his opponent. He knows that he plays Pally rifles, like we said so many times. So let's see, CORSAIR, yeah, okay.
Yeah, Pally rifles in many different matchups can be countered by boldness in the early game, for example. As you can see, the CORSAIR is out already. He was produced at the normal speed with a Paladin rifle build because you want to have the rifles early. The Paladin is a lot later.
Yeah.
And the hero being late here is a big deal. This means that even if Lemes wanted to be aggressive early, he couldn't do so before 3 minutes, which in some scenarios can mean that you can do risky stuff early, like fast expanding, like creeping a big camp. But Scars isn't really doing that. He's creeping very conservatively so far, trying to get safely up to level 2 and also take very little damage. I don't think he built a shop actually, so he's not going to have heal salves for quite some time.
Yeah, I think in the first couple of minutes he doesn't need shop because with CORSAIR you can creep a lot faster and not taking damage, but he takes quite a damage, but it's okay, he can heal up, so never mind.
And it's the ring meta again, of course. Lots of rings of protection for the CORSAIR, for the Pally. Good for the Pally especially. And also might be good for a TC second later. TC just being a good hero overall and also so good against rifles. I guess that has to be the hero choice later on, right?
Yeah, but with Blood Mage later on, so he can drain so much mana, so you need to be careful. Okay, first engage. Focusing the rifle. Kill is ready, of course.
It's a bit of an interplay here between Holy Light and Chain Lightning. The level 1 Chain Lightning spell by the CORSAIR does 85 damage. The Holy Light, of course, with 200 heal. Much more efficient that way, but the mana may run out sooner on the human side. You can see everything's a bit bruised already. Pally is a bit low mana already. A shop might be needed soon.
Yeah. But he keep him busy, human. Oh,
he got the kill before the Holy Light.
First kill.
Oh, that's a, and the rifle almost getting blocked up there by the 2 grunts. But Scars doesn't want to get his grunts locked in, and there is actually a way back out of the base. But yeah, losing one of the first rifles, that hurts, man. Every rifle, especially early game, is such a big deal. And that is a mistake that's not supposed to happen, but you know, we're all human. We all make mistakes.
Yeah, Scars continue to creeping and facing his level 3, so okay.
Once again, a bit more experience here. With the rejuvenation, it's oftentimes weird, but you get the creep now, sentry wards as well, and mana is starting to run low on multiple sides. Lots of grunts, by the way. 4 grunts out already. And like mentioned earlier, these might also be upgraded later on. The rifle upgrade's already coming in. The black gunpowder upgrade first. Always amazing how cheap that upgrade is. 100 gold only.
Yeah. But Scars gonna play Shamans or Tier 3? We're gonna see it.
It is indeed the TC. Second that we have joining. Brute Strength upgrade for the grunts. And a Bestiary for a couple of Raiders for lockdown could also be quite nice. You mentioned the Blood Mage before, and that's definitely the expected hero to be joining on later. This human hero combo with Pally, Blood Mage, and possibly even a 3rd hero, but unlikely, probably just those 2, if it gets the levels, is really, really strong.
Yeah, I agree. Okay.
Oh, playing for the last hit.
No, very nice. Played by Lemes.
And CORSAIR almost level 3, almost got enough there to get the level 2 wolves, but not quite, needs a bit more. Maybe the grunts can do him that favor. As the TC is joining, and we finally have the long rifles upgrade, improving much these riflemen indeed. And the Grunts now a little hurt. Some heal salves will certainly be needed. Now on tier 2. You know, in the standard meta especially, orcs like to tier 2 expand a lot. But it seems like against rifles, with a Pally getting a strong timing here, this probably wouldn't be the best idea, would it?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh.
And here comes the pin. Very nice guess, very nice guess.
Well, I guess I was rather saying the opposite. So that's my first caster curse of the tournament. Peon gonna start setting up the expansion. And even more rings, is it? Yeah. 3 rings of protection already. Paladin creeps up more at the shop. That's level 3 from Scroll. The Beast for Rifle can actually be quite nice. As finally Blood Mage is joining with the Siphon Mana, the Mana Battery. And Lemes didn't actually go for a shop. He's trying to save as many resources as possible, just going for rifles and priests only. But this results in him being a bit low HP and especially low mana. But here the Blood Mage is ready to help out.
Yeah. Scars is creeping his TC and scouting with CORSAIR, right? Yeah, scouting with CORSAIR.
But this timing for Lemes could be quite good. He's got a decent number of rifles here.
Okay.
But also Grunts ready to face them. Upgrade-wise, we have 1-0 on the Rifleman and 0-0 on the Grunts, but they're going to have upgrade coming soon as well. There's a Stomp hitting for the first time. Only a single rifle, not that amazing, but May wanted to start off with a few kills here at the beginning. Nice flank from the Farseer. Chain Lightning comes in as well. The Siphon Mana doesn't really do much. He's out of mana already. Oh, and the Blood Mage is stuck. No way out for him. Holy Light, though. Can that save him? One of Mana Stealing being used as well. Everything to save the Blood Mage, but he will fall. Oh, the Holy Light was already in the air. Hit the arm high up in the air, but he was a bit too late. Blood Mage very squishy on level 1. He falls, and now the mana is gone. No heat wave anymore. The speed scroll chase is still on. And Scar's having a terrific fight here in the middle. But looking at the supply, we do in fact see Lemes ahead. But big level up there, level 3 for the TC as well. And of course, Lemes knows if he falls back, this expansion is just going to be so valuable over time. With Scars picking up the kills one by one.
Very, very good. Very played by Scars. Without Blood Mage, he can just run to the rifles and kill one to another. And this is what is happening.
Yeah, TC back at home, probably going to get some healing as well. He can nicely supply. Oh, there he is. Healing up already. 1 Stomp's ready. Pops it here. This should be the next victim found. We can see when there's mana for Holy Light, it's still really good. But the low mana count here is the big problem. Pally gets to 4. That's 1 more Holy Light. But the Wolves here being summoned sporadically, also being a terrific addition of damage. And while the Raiders don't do that much DPS, the Ensnare is certainly nice. And now mana is truly gone everywhere. Farseer gonna find 1 more kill. He's close to level 4 as well, by the way. And since there's no slow in this human army, it's always easy to retreat for Scars.
Yeah, I agree, but he made an expansion, so this fight was very good for him, I think. And now if he defends the expansion, I think he can finish the game very soon.
Yeah, this very much looks like a last-ditch effort by Lemes. Supply is even, but mana is low. And Scars has time here to react. He doesn't have to fight instantly. He could still heal up. He could still wait. He could still make use of clarities. But Scars is also looking quite confident. Running in with the Raiders. Almost no grunts anymore, by the way. The damage not so high on Scars, in fact. Oh, but also, of course, the Ensnare against the Siphon. This is something I completely forgot to think about. Because now the Ensnare can be used to cancel the Siphon. At the moment, not. But now the mana's gone anyways. Blood Mage again finds himself surrounded. Mana once more low. Mana being passed over to the Paladin, but he can't heal himself. Almost surrounded there. Barely gets out, though. Good Holy Light. That was perfectly timed. Saving the Rifleman from the damage, but the Blood Mage is again stuck down there. But there's at least 1 more Holy Light. But what are you going to use it on? Is there going to be enough heal to keep everything alive? Supply lead still with Lemes. It's not quite over yet, folks. Now also we have Sorks. We have a bit of slow coming in every now and then. And a bit of Siphon mana still being used at times. Level 4. This should be new Wolves, perhaps. Enough mana is there. Yes, and these Wolves will be bringing relevant, additional, normal damage. But you can see also the Rifleman damage. Focus fire against these Grunts. Working out fairly well. Blood Mage, though. Blood Mage needs to save himself. Banish will do that. Freedom from the Ensnare as well. TP out. And Lemes does hold on to the heroes. But Scars holds on to the expansion. And now he can make use of all that gold.
Yes, he just going home, clear, use some clarity, heal up, and I think he can start creeping again, and when he see human, he can fight one more time, and I think it's tough time for Lemes for sure.
I like the one priest here. That little bit of healing actually goes quite a long way. Call in the boys, creeping the natural. Maybe Lemes thinking about expanding here himself, but this will be expensive. The power build, of course, costing around 600 gold. This will also be time where Scars can easily macro up, getting more items as well. Wouldn't mind seeing something like an invul potion, maybe breaking Siphon and so on. As creeping just continues. Farseer now on strong levels. TC should be level 4 before too long. And the end snares from the Raiders can always find a catch. There goes a Sorceress. Easy kill right there. No TP on Scars, though. He might be forced into a difficult fight here if Lemes can have another decent engagement.
Oh, very nice play by Scars. Pillage is almost over. He can bank quite a good money. And you know, Remo, what we didn't see? We didn't see Dispel. So I don't know where the Dispel's gone.
Yeah, true. We don't have the Elspeth here, do we? No adept training yet. Dispel severely lacking. The Wolves are still effective. But so is the slow, as always. Two units caught in the back. Scars wants to run away. But even if he sometimes loses some units, if he can buy time, it still should be worth it for him in the end, with the expansion continuing to mine. Kodo's coming, armor upgrades coming. And a nice deny there as well. Deny. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Town is under siege.
So this is also where the Orcs sometimes like to play the hit-and-run playstyle. You could go even perhaps for a Zeppelin and threaten the base attack over and over. And this is the infamous Lame style that Orcs with Raiders have been all too familiar with over the years. Another round to the shop. Heal scrolls there now. TC could get off a wonderful stomp right here. Does nice so.
Stomp, nice stomp.
Right before the Siphon. But speaking of Siphon, it's level 2 Siphon right now, which is really strong. This basically means Scar's gonna have no mana anymore. Can he still win these fights without mana, is the question then. And snares coming in. Pally can always save one rifleman, but can he save two that are threatened at the same time? I like the use of Banish as well, dispelling a lot of the end snare. And seems like at the moment, Scars is losing more, but of course with the reinforcements coming from the main base, this might be changing. Siphon mana over once more. We have 2 more Holy Lights perhaps. But the Kodos, oh, you see the damage. Those Kodos do not have a good time at all. TC charging forward again, but the Siphon is looking good. TC dry again, a bit more mana for Lemes. Kiting backwards, trying to make use of the slow, but the slow is so minimal in numbers. We don't have Brilliance Aura. There's hardly any juice for the Sorks to work with. And Scars relentlessly with the end snares. Raider reinforcements I like a lot. To catch the rifles, to force the fight, to find the kills, and also to disable some Siphon here and there. And that's a good level up as well. TC level 4. Now we have the Aura that is not affected by all that mana drain. But still more Siphon, still more Holy Light. Scars has to catch up in healing in other ways. Heal Stroke, for example. Blood Mage is surrounded. But he survives still, level 5. The level 3 Holy Light now, does he have the time? Oh no, just barely didn't have it. The cooldown was almost off. Goes level 3 Aura, by the way. This looks like 2 weeks ago PTR patch. What is this? No level 3 Holy Light.
And the GG.
The game is over.
Very nice play.
Scars brings it across the finish line. That was a close one though, dude. This could have gone the other way with just a few things looking a bit different. And I think back to that early game, man, that one rifleman going down, that was unfortunately really unnecessary.
Yeah.
He had like 130 mana or something on the pally. I think he was trying to perhaps entice Scars to go too deep, to overextend, trying to get the rifleman, but then losing one of the rifles. Like when you have so few units early, only like 2 or 3 units, losing one of them is just such a blow. It messes with your momentum a lot. But considering that, he's had a really close game, and Lemes shows that he knows how to play the rifles, but Scars also has in mind how to counter them. The Grunts with good upgrades, looking good, especially the Raiders, even better. And yeah, it was enough to push that boulder over the hill just in time.
Yeah, he did everything right, and I think the second map is also going to be something like this. Pushing, and maybe tier 2 expo again, so if he hits again 1 or 2 rifles earlier, he can get advantage and he will be good. He will be good.
Yeah, the Farseer here was also looking quite good. He was managing to stay at range oftentimes, away from the Blood Mage, just enough to get that 85 mana, just enough to summon the Wolves, and then be dry again for a little bit. The Wolves still oftentimes get sniped quickly by the rifles, but that little bit of extra damage, that damage not landing on the Grunts can make a big difference there in the end. But it seemed like once the Blood Mage was level 3, things almost started to turn. If the Pally is level 5 a bit sooner, who knows where that game goes? If the Blood Mage doesn't die when he did the first time, right? Because he got surrounded early, that slowed down his progress. It seemed like the timings for Lemes didn't quite come together because of the losses that he had to suffer at the hands of Scars. And yeah, we're about to get ready for map number 2. It's going to be Lemes' map choice. And I wonder what it's going to be. The map pool in general in this tournament, rather modern. We don't have too many old maps in the pool. Last Refuge and Northern Isles, I think, the 2 oldest maps.
Yes.
Other than that, we have a lot of new ones as well. Do you have some favorites among the new maps?
I think Hammerfall is like really good map, and I think, yeah, the Hammerfall is my favorite for sure.
Yeah. I also like Hammerfall quite a bit. It's once again one of the smaller maps, but it has 2 gold mines close to the main, so you can still kind of play 3 bases, sometimes at least. Pretty interesting. And yeah, it's I always follow the development of new maps quite closely. I find it very interesting and enriching also for the game, of course. And we wanted to switch casters with Toxi, I think, which I think he may not be seeing. Toxi? Yep. Toxi's coming. All right, cool.
Thanks.
It was a pleasure, Medik.
Thank you.
We'll see you over the weekend. And now we got Toxi as we're getting ready. All right. And with that, we are ready for map number 2. All right. Hello, Toxi. How are we doing tonight?
Yeah, pretty good, and you?
I'm also doing pretty good. I noticed that I'm not used to standing a lot anymore. My knees are starting to hurt, dude, you know? At home, I'm always lazily sitting in my chair. I don't have a standing desk yet. Do you have a standing desk? I hear it's healthy.
I do have a standing desk.
Damn, okay. You're used to this then. Well, in that case, you can stand here. I'm going to just sit on this table, I suppose. You were helping earlier with Scars' connection. What was the problem there?
I'm not actually sure. I mean, one of the issues might have been that if his account is also connected on a different PC, but I don't know.
Yeah, he said he wasn't logged in, but well, that is something perhaps to discuss more if more problems arrive, which we hope don't. Of course, we have Pally rifles here. Once again, this is what Lemes is known for. This is what he's best at. This is what we saw on map 1 already. Did you have a takeaway of map 1? Did you see map 1?
I mean, I was kind of surprised that Scars deviated from his BM illusion meta that he's playing every single game nowadays. Yeah, but I think he has a decent counter with the Farseer and the radars. I think it's interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, I was kind of surprised that the Tier 2 expansion worked out so well. On paper, it seemed like at that exact point, you should have the Pally level 3 and the Blood Mage timing ready with a decent number of rifles, but it did work. Although I would say it came fairly close. Now we have the Paladin again, trying to creep as much as he can. Pally and rifles very strong with the necessary levels, but creeping is indeed needed. And early harassed by Scars. I like the timing here a lot. 2 rifles, a bit under threat already, but the aura helps out, tanking them up. And the whole light should be there. We don't want to lose a rifle early game again.
Yeah, it feels a little scary for Scars because he kind of needs to do damage if he engages so early, because the Paladin already has an XP lead, so if somehow he doesn't get kills, it could snowball in Tier 2.
I would love to catch this rifle right here. Mana advantage is on the Farseer. He realizes there's no Holy Light anymore, and he finds the kill again. Like on map 1, gets a rifle early. Now a second rifle would be icing on the cake. And there is more wolves, using the illusion as well to block Holy Light on the peasant. Oh,
that was
greedy. Greedy indeed. Perhaps a mistake about to be punished. But Scars is tentative, doesn't want to overextend.
So what happened to the Arcane Tower in the build? That's what I was used to seeing in the past.
Hey, did he have one on map 1? He didn't, did he?
No, I mean like in the 1000 days, they were always so scared of getting harassed in the base, and they always got a tower. But yeah, I guess you pay the price if you don't have it.
Yeah, I guess I can understand, especially not getting it before the tech starts. You want to get the Blood Mage out quick as you can. You need that Siphon. We can see that earlier, making a big difference. But yeah, Scars got the damage in, I suppose, that he wanted. But you mentioned the experience lead before, and we see that here again. Big Invul Potion, by the way. This could be the perfect item for the Blood Mage. With that Invul, you could be very reckless if you put the item on the hero to place him far forward, ready to Siphon everything.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I don't think the Paladin is really that much in danger of dying, but it really saves you a couple Holy Light timings to have it on the Blood Mage.
And rings again, dude. We see so many rings nowadays.
Yeah, that's really good for the TC because
yeah,
he's always standing there.
Could also even be good for a Blood Mage. He is deceptively a bit of a frontliner oftentimes. Because he stands there, siphons, you kite back, and the Blood Mage is stuck there sometimes by himself. We do see a tower now. Was it even... I'm trying to remember if there was a tower in game 1, but I'm failing. My memory's failing me, as so often. But more creeping still for the Paladin. 3.5 already. Level 3 also for the Farseer. But no expansion just yet for Scars, although that could still come.
So this looks like a dangerous timing is lining up right now because he's got the Paladin level 3.5. He got the perfect item to get the Paladin back to full HP. And the Blood Mage is just out. There's going to be level 2 TC when it hits.
Big item for him could also make quite the difference. Big invuln.
Oh, there is no reinforced.
A town is under siege.
Oh yeah, true. Ooh. And there is the Rifle Army already. Needs to repair quickly, but it's so much damage. First attack upgrade already out. And the burrow goes down, and that's a supply block. Ensnare, not quite yet ready yet. Blood Mage again, you can see it. He's going to be left behind a little bit. Invul needs to be passed quickly. There we go, there's a surround again. Can he transfer the item? Needs to do so fast. Trying to. Holy Light's there first, though. That is still enough for the time being. The damage seems to be minimal, but there is enough. And Lemes, unfortunately, didn't quite manage to get the invuln over in time, and this game is actually looking very similar to the first map. We had the Rifle kill early, we had the Blood Mage kill now, but perhaps it killed the Town Hall, but no, he can't get it, right? If he tries to go for the Town Hall cancel, he loses all these Rifles.
I think he can get the cancel and TP out, but it's going to cost him.
Yeah, we heard one Rifle dying already. The Grunts are up there, is thirsting for more, and the Ensnares should be cooling down. There's one more, could be 2 more Rifle kills, and yeah, a hefty price to be paid indeed. Lemes had the supply lead there for a little while, and I think in the end only lost 1 Rifle down south before we cut away. Whoo! Rifleman, near death experience. If you could save that, that would be tremendous. Pally should be able to do it. And tell you what, this is looking pretty even, isn't it?
Yeah, I think there was a decent chance for Lemes to actually get a big advantage with this push if he had done your play with the Invul Potion, but right now looks about even. I think the Expo kill was very, very important before the TP.
Yeah, definitely. You know, the silver lining here is, because he didn't use the Invul before, he still has it now. And he had
it's true.
The peace and quiet to give it over no problem. And this Pally is strong. Level 4 already. But low mana at the moment. Low mana is the weakness you can try to punish, perhaps.
Yeah, it's unfortunate that the Blood Mage died so early because you benefit so much from this first full mana that you get out of the Blood Mage, and he hadn't even been able to give it to the Paladin in full.
Yeah, absolutely true. But looking at the game state here, with the Orc heroes not looking too impressive, with this human army forming more and more of a cohesive force. We have casters now coming as well, more upgrades, and yeah, that expansion cancel, I think you were exactly right on the money. That changed absolutely everything here. And Scars will have to outplay the human here if he wants to win this fight. Going again for the surround, but I think he didn't look at the items because this time there's going to be the invuln.
It was early usage, but it's still some good value.
Speed scroll pop. This is where the Orc wants to find some damage and wants to get ahead in this fight. But mana's running out. There's no storms anymore. The Foster's basically dry as well. And the damage is just minimal. There's hardly anything coming through. There's also Holy Light still to be used. Siphon can still be transferred, like we see right there. And there's 1 Rifle dying, but this might be the only kill for Scars, who's getting pretty much butchered in this fight.
Yeah, it's looking really good for the human player right now. If he can... Oh, he got the wolves out before the Blood Mage could do anything about it.
Yeah, but you can see 2 volleys, the wolves are gone. And that is good enough when the fight is very close, but when the fight is this one-sided, it is oftentimes not enough. Scars is trying to get everything he can. He's going to pick off 1 more rifle here. But even with that kill, he still finds himself 10 supply behind. Scars needs to come up with something special to bring this one back. Lemes' map choice here, map number 2, very much looks like the equalizer.
So he wants to get there right as the expo starts paying off.
And Scar's going for the counterattack. He's got Pillage in the works. There's oftentimes the sign for a player when he doesn't play like this. He feels like he can't win a fight anymore. And so he has to go for the buildings, has to go for the base lane. And yeah, this certainly seems to be the right call here. His army is just so much weaker in comparison. This level 4 Paladin is just such a powerful help to this rifle army, to any army, really.
So do you think he has to TP, or can he defend without it?
You mean Lemes?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you can just take out the expansion and then TP home, probably. Paladin could sell some items, buy a TP, maybe?
He didn't buy a TP.
Oh, okay. Honestly, he could have sold all these items. Not TPing is risky.
Yeah, but he's got 56, and from this point on, it's the same economy. So the fact that he's gonna have map control for the rest of the game, basically. Like, Scars can never take a fight from this point on.
Yeah, Scars could still try to be tricky with something like a Zeppelin. Of course, you don't want to fly it over the rifles, but yeah, if you do some base lame shenanigans. Seems like he definitely needs reinforced, though. Ah, he does have reinforced by now. Okay.
Yeah, I would have sold those 2 damage items on the Paladin. They feel like, I don't know, misplaced.
Scars now ran far away from the human base. That perhaps a mistake to not be in counterattack position. Because now with Lemes hitting the burrows, of course with the piercing, it's not so effective against these buildings. Ideally, Scars here should have been in a counterattack position, so he probably fell back a bit too much. But even if he's late to the party, late to the base race, he might still win out here in trading. He's got the siege damage, he's got the normal damage, and only 1 burrow has gone down so far. Oh, but okay. A huge army is actually back at home, which might just be able to hold by itself. Good splitting of the forces here by Lemes.
Yeah, it looks good. Let's see if the wolves can do some damage on the militia on the other side. But this might backfire as well, because if he loses, you know, like 15 supply this way, I think it could put Scars back in the game, and he still cannot TP home. So
it is certainly a slaughter. And Lemes is not concerned with getting back home. He can't afford a TP right now. We got towers and burrows being made across the map. Everything for Scars is quite hurt. The heroes are taking very little damage here. And are we finally going to have Lemes buy that TP? I think he's going to the shop now.
Even if he sells everything, he might be a bit short on money. Where is he going?
And the pillage, of course. The pillage is ending up being so much gold. All right, let's see. How much can he sell for? Need to sell everything. Pendant, claws. Oh, can keep the gloves. All right, fair enough. That is enough for the TP.
But he will lose the main before he TPs.
Wait, the keep! Oh my god, Scars is gonna lame his way to victory. This is the lower bracket. This is down to the last wire, and he's too late. The Raider damage, oh, falls back in the chair. No, that doesn't feel good. Oh, can you still kill the army? Can you still destroy Scars?
I think it's really rough for the human, but if there was a chance ever was to force Scars to not mine again, but at the same time he will just get base raised by the raiders, so looks like checkmate from Scars' position.
Yeah, he can of course repel the Orc forces. His army is still much stronger, but there's hardly any buildings. I don't think there's any peasants out on the map either to hide some other buildings. That's gonna force the TP out right away. 1 peasant survived. Oh, look at that. Little Billy up there, still ready to work.
Yeah.
But no has to call it GG. Scars gets the win here in a game that seemed lost. The TP perhaps just a bit too late. Too bad for Lemes. He's going to be out with this, but he had a good performance here on the stage and got very close to getting a map win at least. But Scars to live on, fight on in that lower bracket.